axe. This is axe.
Dragon fruit juice.
This is the yellow. Yeah, this is the yellow palora. It's ready for 17, and we still have flowers. And we still have buds and fruit in the same variety. That's beautiful of dragon fruit. You have dragon fruit almost all the year. This is Condor. This is American Beauty. Look how beautiful American Beauty. Yes. Look these buds. Wow. Asunta.
What does dragon fruit taste like? The flavor of dragon fruit is mildly sweet and slightly acidic. Some people describe it as having a hint of kiwi or pear, while others say it has a hint of watermelon. The texture is similar to that of an avocado or a kiwi. The taste and texture can vary depending on the ripeness of the dragon fruit. It can become mushy and have an off taste if it is too ripe. Unripe dragon fruit can have a sour taste. Overall, the flavor of dragon fruit is unique, and it takes some time to get used to it. It is an excellent addition to smoothies and salads, or you can enjoy it as a healthy snack. How to pick out a good dragon fruit? When picking out the perfect dragon fruit, consider these 3 factors. The first is the color. Good dragon fruit should be bright and vibrant in color. The color of the dragon fruit will also depend.
also called Zamorano, is a sour fruit that grows in the tropics. It is a fruit that has a unique flavor and texture. It is a popular ingredient in many dishes around the world. Hylocereus polarisis, also known as the Zamorano dragon fruit cactus, the fruits that the Zamorano dragon fruit tree makes are maroon with red tips and have maroon flesh that is tasty and sour. This is a great variety with a medium-high yield and self-pollination. It is medium in size and weighs between 0.5 and 1 pound on average. This beautiful night-blooming cactus can grow in a wide range of conditions and soils. It makes the most fruit when it is allowed to climb on a burlap-wrapped totem, trellis, or your favorite tree. The huge, round flowers are between 10 and 16 inches in diameter and have a beautiful shape. They usually only last one night. Alice is a tropical fruit that is easy to grow and comes from Central and South America. It is in the subtropical cactus family. But for this variety to set fruit, it needs to be cross-pollinated. It is a deep pink or red color and has small scales on the skin. The inside of the fruit is white and has small black seeds. This fruit is very juicy, and you can eat it fresh or used in smoothies, salads, or desserts. Dragon fruit, also known as pitaya, is a tropical fruit that is becoming more and more popular in the United States. This fruit is unique because it has a flavor that combines sweet and tart flavors. Some people say that dragon fruit tastes like a mix of kiwi and strawberry. Others say that it has a more subtle flavor that reminds them of honeydew or watermelon. The American Beauty is a Hylocereus guatemalensis hybrid dragon fruit with pink flesh. It grows quickly and can reproduce itself, which makes it a good choice for a first plant. The fruit is juicy and has a flavor that is just right. The American Beauty is a dragon fruit that grows well. The plant, like all dragons, likes a bit of shade on the ground. The branches are narrower and not as strong, but the plant can still grow well. It's a very fertile plant that can make its own seeds. The American Beauty tree produces small to medium-sized pink-colored fruits. The fruit tastes sweet and can weigh between 200 and 450 grams. With the dragon fruit, you can add a unique, trailing cactus plant to your garden or patio. This fast-growing evergreen plant is popular not only for its delicious tropical fruit, but also because it can climb up any structure. The dragon fruit Bloody Mary plant is a vine with fleshy stems that grows on land. From late spring to early fall, the plant has white flowers that smell nice. Flowers are complicated and only bloom at night. Makes red fruits that are round. The round fruit has clear scales all over it, and it can grow up to 5 inches long. Inside the thin skin is a big mass of pink pulp that tastes sweet and has many small black seeds. This kind is a lot like red Shayna in size, color, and taste. The fruit can be eaten by itself, and used to make juice, ice cream, jam, and other kinds of processed fruit. The beautiful, fragrant white flowers that bloom at night can be up to 14 inches in diameter. The white flowers bloom quickly and look amazing from late at night to early in the morning. Flower buds are also gorgeous, and they produce soft, colorful, and tasty fruits. In this article, we will tell you about a hybrid polarisis and Costa Ricensis called Armando. Armando is a type of dragon fruit that comes from the Hylocereus genus and the Costa Ricensis with polarisis species. This variety was found in its natural habitat near the border of Honduras and Nicaragua and was first collected there. DNA tests show that this variety is related to San Ignacio, a commercially grown dragon fruit variety in Nicaragua. The plant can handle cold and heat very well because it has a thicker waxy layer on the outside than other varieties. Flowers bloom at night and close up in the morning. For this variety to set fruit, it needs to be pollinated by hand or by Mother Nature. Once the flower is pollinated, the fruit is a good size and taste, and it weighs about a pound on average. Like most varieties with deep red flesh, this one has firm flesh with a hint of sweetness at the end of the taste.
Asunta 3 dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from Hylocereus stenopterus and Hylocereus guatemalensis. This variety also has the species undatus in its gene. Asunta 3 is the third clone from the Asunta series. The previous Asunta 1 and Asunta 2 being white-fleshed. We are unsure if Asunta 1 or Asunta 2 is one of the parents. The other parent is the Condor variety. We are confident this is where Asunta 3 gets its purple flesh. Growth of Asunta 3 is identical to H. guatemalensis but 2 to 3 times larger. Just like H. guatemalensis, Asunta 3 purple is a very aggressive grower. Growth is a 3-sided heart-shaped rib with tiny spins and bright green. Our 2-year-old plant seemed to tolerate the sun as well, and we find this to be surprising when compared to its parents.
Hylocereus guatemalensis and Hylocereus undatus are the parents of the dragon fruit variety Cosmic Charlie. This type of dragon fruit grows fruits with purple flesh that taste like grapes. Most of these fruits weigh between 1 and 1.5 pounds. Cosmic Charlie is a self-fertile variety. The flesh is a beautiful purple color and tastes like grapes or kiwis. The size of the fruit ranges from 1 to 1.5 pounds and is medium to large. Because of its beautiful color, it is often used as a garnish. Cosmic Charlie fruit tastes a little bit like grapes and is best when it is cold. This variety doesn't need to be pollinated by another plant to make fruit. The beautiful round fruit is covered in green scales and can grow up to 15 inches long. Inside the thin skin is a big mass of sweet red pulp and many small black seeds.
Condor dragon fruit comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species guatemalensis. This fruit is considered to be one of the better tasting varieties at the Pitaya Festival held in Southern California. This variety is a cross between a Nicaraguan and Guatemalan pitahaya. Cuttings adapt and grow quickly under ideal conditions. Growth is 3-sided with small thorns that are very typical looking of Hylocereus guatemalensis. Single cuttings have reached over 6 feet growing just one summer. Due to this aggressive growth, heavy pruning is recommended. The fruit is large with bright purple flesh. The exterior skin is light green and pink hues with the green turning pinkish red as the bright purple flesh becomes ripe. Weighing 1 to 1.5 pounds, the fruit also matches its appearance with flavor and sweetness with an average brix rating of 19. Bien Hoa White is another variety of dragon fruit. We consider it to be a solid medium. And here's why. Hylocereus undatus hybrid, also called Hong Bien Hoa, is very similar to other Vietnamese varieties, but there are some small differences in how it grows and what kind of fruit it makes. This type has a flower that can pollinate itself and a fruit that is common in Vietnam. This variety grows quickly and makes its own seeds. The outside of the fruit is pink and the inside is white. It is slightly sweet and slightly sour. Average weight 1.5 to 2 pounds of brix said that 14 to 16. The Bien Hoa White is a bit better than the Vietnamese white because it is mildly sweet and has a little bit of tang. This is less sour and has a softer, sweeter texture than the Vietnamese white. It is also a bit better. This type is easy for beginners to handle. Zebra dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species Palora. This variety is a Nicaraguan dragon fruit with dark red flesh and red skin. It is one of 5 no varieties to be grown commercially in Nicaragua. The fruit is delicious, having both flavor and sweetness. With an average weight of 1 pound and average brix of 18, however, we found more significant to have readings in the 20s. Like most red flesh varieties, the fruit is also very high in antioxidants. Flower bud to night blooming flower is a typical 30 days then another 30 days to harvest in South Louisiana. The flowers of the Zebra variety are large and fragrant. When seeking fruit, you will need to find another pollinator from another species as Zebra is self-sterile and needs this to set fruit. Growth of the stem has a grayish-green color with 3-sided edges that have several medium-sized spines. Capistrano Valley dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus undatus and Hylocereus guatemalensis hybrid. The Hylocereus guatemalensis hybrid used was the Delight variety. The flowers of the Capistrano Valley variety are self-fertile and are typical of undatus species. Fruits ripen like typical undatus species in 32 days. The fruit has a bright pink exterior with green fins. The flesh is white with lots of small crunchy seeds. Fruit weighed between 3/4 to 1.5 pounds. From a flavor description, it's similar to Undatus and not to the Delight variety. We do find Capistrano Valley to be better than most Undatus species with sweetness and acidity. Third-year fruit was our best yet, reaching an average brix of 17 brix, which is exceptional for white flesh varieties. Country Road's dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species Costa Rican. This variety has very thin segmented growth with medium-sized spines. The flower buds emerge with a red outline on the edges of the bud. The night-blooming flowers are huge at 15 inches and need assistance to set fruit, as this variety is not self-pollinating. Because of this, it lacks a 5 rating in fruit production. When the fruit is produced, they are about 0.75 to 1 pounds with red flesh. This flesh has a firm texture with a tangy kiwi-type flavor. 2019 was our first fruit with Country Roads, and we were pleasantly surprised to see a brix rating of 20.5. The fruit has an attractive external appearance with a perfectly round shape, the red skin fading to green fins that protrude away and curl down from the fruit.
Hylocereus guatemalensis and Hylocereus undatus were crossed to make the dark star dragon fruit hybrid. This variety has big, purple-fleshed fruits that usually weigh between 340 g and 680 g. The fruit tastes a little bit like grapes and has a brix score of 19 on average. The skin of the fruit is more dark pink. This variety can't make fruit on its own, so it needs pollen from another variety that is compatible with it. According to more research, Dark Star is in fact the 9S. Paul Thompson made the 9S seedling, which is talked about in his book Pitahaya. The 9S is a cross between Rixford, which has purple flesh, and Niesel, which has white flesh. That this variety has a split lobe stigma, which is different from Purple Haze, Cosmic Charlie, and Physical Graffiti, which are its siblings.
George white dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species Undatus. The fruit has a bright pink exterior with green-tipped fins. The flesh is a grayish-white with lots of small crunchy seeds. Fruits weigh between 3/4 to 1.5 pounds. The fruit flavor is mild, with an average brix score of 13. George white is very similar to Thai dragon when comparing plant stems, flowers, and fruit, and could be the same variety. The flowers of the George white variety are self-fertile, hand-pollinated, and we suggest this for all types of dragon fruit to ensure fruit and verify your variety. This variety is also a robust grower with meaty 3-sided stems that are bright green. Small to medium spins occur along the rib line of each stem. Growth, flowers, and fruit are similar to most Hylocereus undatus. Shayna dragon fruit variety. Dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from a Hylocereus guatemalensis hybrid and Hylocereus undatus. The Hylocereus guatemalensis hybrid is the Condor variety. Shayna produces a 1-pound perfectly round-shaped fruit. The external appearance of the fruit is reddish to pink skin with small green fins. The inner flesh is a bright purple color with a semi-firm texture and lots of juice. The first fruit tested in 2019 had an average brix score of 19. The flowers are plentiful and fragrant and are self-fertile. Shayna is a very vigorous grower that can have segments up to 5 feet in length. Stems resemble typical Hylocereus guatemalensis growth with a heart-shaped rib and small spines.
Sweet Delight dragon fruit is a type of dragon fruit that has light pink flesh on the inside and is very sweet and flavorful. This variety makes a lot of fruit that weighs 1 pound. Hylocereus undatus and Hylocereus guatemalensis are the 2 species that make up Delight dragon fruit. It is a very fertile variety that will set fruit on its own because it can pollinate itself. Paul Thompson created a hybrid dragon fruit called Delight, or 3S. It is a cross between the Niesel, which has white flesh, and the Rixford, which has purple flesh. Flesh color is light pink. This variety came from a tropical nursery in Louisiana. The flowers only open at night and are over 14 inches across. They bloom all summer. The stems are green and have 3 sides. Along the rib, there are small spines. Maui Dragon is a dragon fruit variety from the genus Hylocereus and the species Undatus. It was collected on the east shore of Maui, Hawaii. The plant is fast to adapt and an aggressive grower, growing at least 6 feet per year. Flowers on this variety typically start in June, like most Hylocereus undatus. The fruit is beautiful, almost fake-looking with bright pink skin and deep green fins. Fruits ranged from 1 to 1.5 pounds. The fruit was not only visually appealing, but they had a nice refreshing taste too. These fruits tested with a brix rating ranging from 13 to 14, so not much sweetness when compared to other varieties. Instead, it was quite tangy and even better chilled. This variety was acquired from a grower in Hawaii.
Yellow Thai dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from Selenicereus megalanthus and Hylocereus undatus. It is a self-pollinating and very fertile variety that will set fruit without hand pollination. The fruit size is typically just over 1 pound. The flavor has a soft sweetness and lemony aftertaste. It reminded me of a mild pink lemonade that is quite refreshing on a hot summer day. The outside skin of the fruit is a thick soft pink color with yellow fins when fully ripe. At the base of the fruit long thorns are usually present, and this is likely from the Hylocereus megalanthus in the cross. The flesh is pure white with small crunchy seeds. Flower bud to flower took 23 days, and from flower to fruit took an additional 60 days. This process started in the summer and continued into the fall months. Aussie gold or Australian gold or Isis gold. The names for one and the same yellow kind of dragon fruit. Aussie gold is originally a hybrid from Israel and is there also called Israeli golden. We keep the name at Aussie gold. This species produces particularly large fruits, sometimes weighing more than 1 kilo. That is why an Aussie gold dragon fruit, extremely suitable, is for trading. As mentioned before, the skin is yellow and the fins partly retain their green color. The flesh is white and the taste resembles kiwi. The Aussie gold dragon fruits are not self-pollinator, and you will therefore have to lend the flowers a hand. This species can withstand somewhat cooler temperatures. We were able to obtain these species from a fellow dragon fruit grower from Greece. Axe dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from Hylocereus stenopterus and Hylocereus guatemalensis. This variety also has the species undatus in its gene. The Axe variety is a seedling from the Asunta series. This variety is likely from an Asunta 1 or 2 and the Condor variety. The name Axe comes from Asunta cross, or AX for short. Axe's plant growth is similar to the early Asunta series hybrids in size, shape, color, and thorns. The plant material is three-sided with small spins and green color. The Axe variety is a vigorous grower with the young tender plant material that takes longer to harden and mature. Because of this, it is straightforward to train and trellis. Fruits weigh in at 1 pound or just over 1 pound.
Hylocereus, Costa Rican sunset, has a vivid pink skin and a vibrant purple-reddish pulp. It is exceptionally prolific and yields an abundance of fruit weighing anywhere between ½ pound and 1 pound. Fruit can be consumed raw, like a melon, however chilling it first is recommended. Excellent as an edible garnish to provide brilliant color to any cuisine or in fresh fruit smoothies. Costa Rican sunset may have up to 4 fruiting cycles per year when it is fully productive. For proper cross-pollination, we advise using 2 to 3 distinct varieties. One fruit that can grow up to 15 centimeters long, green when young, turning red as it matures, has large triangular green and fleshy scale tips, a more or less thick and fleshy shell, and a soft pulp that is juicy and transparent like grapes. This dragon fruit variety comes from Mexico and can handle both hot and cold temperatures well. It has red flesh and a beautiful flower. El Grullo is a type of dragon fruit. It comes from the Hylocereus genus and the Ocampones species, Ocampones hybrid. This variety comes from El Grullo, which is in the Mexican state of Jalisco. El Grullo flowers bloom at night and have white petals with deep red and yellow calyces. The stems are thick and heavy, with 3 sides and big thorns. Because the plant is gray-green, it can handle heat and cold much better than other Hylocereus species. The pitaya is large and oval. It has purple-greenish fins on a red skin, and the inside is a very deep red color. The fruit tastes tropical and has a light sweetness to it. Some growers said it has a beet-like flavor and others did not. 16 to 18 on the brix scale.
Frankie's red dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from the genus and species of Selaniserius megalanthus and Hyloserius polarizus. Research collected has stated that this variety of Selaniserius megalanthus occurred naturally in wild nature. The flower is a medium-sized blue, with inner petals white while the outer petals are yellow and white. The shape of the flower resembles a bell when fully open. The flower buds are different compared to other Selaniserius species and resemble Hyloserius species instead. Flowers open just after sunset and close at sunrise. Flowers are self-fertile, but we recommend hand pollination to ensure fruit to set. The fruit is very similar in shape and size when compared to a yellow dragon fruit. When the fruit emerges, it turns from green to yellow, then orange. George Red is a big size firm that averages 1 to 175 pound fruits. It's a purple flesh dragon fruit. Taste is as sweet as most purple flesh dragon fruit. 50 to 50 acidic and sweetness. Brix score is near 17 fast growing. These fruits are a good source of vitamin C to strengthen the immune system, fiber to regulate the digestive tract, potassium to balance fluid levels within the body, and phosphorus to protect bones and teeth. The fruits also contain magnesium, iron, and are rich in beta-cyanins and lycopene, compounds that give the flesh its red pigment. The fruits are traditionally consumed straight out of hand, cut in half, and scooped directly from the rind with a spoon. Many prefer to refrigerate the fruits before eating, as chilling enhances the flesh's flavor. Baby Cerrado is a Selaniserius cetaceous variety native to South America, and this is a subspecies of the Brazilian Cerrados. This variety grows naturally on rocky mountains, old tree trunks, and sand soils of high fields in Minas Gerais, Bahia, Goiás, Distrito Federal, Mato Grosso, and Tocantins states. The growth of baby Cerrado is a darker green color with 3 very small, sturdy spins. Once established, plant growth can be aggressive. While the fruit develops, spins become bright pink, contrasting with radiant green skin. Once the fruit is ready to harvest, the skin is maroon with loosely connected spins that are quickly brushed off. Fruits were tested with an average brix of 18, and years 2 and 3 were even better with a 20+ brix rating. The fruit taste is sweet with hints of tropical flavors. Bruni is self-sterile. You will need a different variety to pollinate the flowers of this variety to produce fruit. Something that is too similar in the DNA family of bruni will not pollinate it. If you have any questions about pollination or pairing plants, please feel free to message me. This series is brought to us by Eckhard Meyer. A German hybridizer, Eckhard Meyer created 3 well-known varieties, Connie Meyer, Bruni, and Kathy Van Arum. Bruni as well as its 2 sisters all bear amazing neon pink flowers prior to starting fruit set. How does it taste? It tastes very good. Most dragon fruit do. Bruni has a distinct coconut lemony taste that most dragon fruit do not share. It is a good grower and produces large amounts of flowers and fruits.
Halley's Comet is a unique and ornamental dragon fruit hybrid that grows big fruits that can weigh up to 2 pounds. Halley's Comet grows a little slower than some other varieties, which can be a good thing when you see how fast other varieties grow. Partially self-fertile, but you should still pollinate it with another variety to get the most fruit. The dragon fruit is a plant that grows on the ground and has a fleshy stem. The plant grows quickly, needs little care, and does well in pots. Hyloserius undatus and Hyloserius guatemalensis are the parents of the Halley's Comet dragon fruit. The outside of the fruit is pink, with short green fins and purple flesh on the inside. Most fruits weigh between 1 and 2 pounds. The average brix of the flesh is 16, which means it is sweet. Harpua is a large to medium-sized fruit that usually weighs about 1 pound. It has a nice snowy white pulp that is half sweet and refreshing and tastes like a mild melon. This type is self-pollinating. A dragon fruit is a tropical fruit that is native to Central and South America. But in reality, it's a cactus. Dragon fruit now grows in South America, Asia, Mexico, and Central America. The dragon fruit is visually stunning with its bright pink or red skin and green scales. This fruit is related to the cactus, which explains its spiky exterior. This fruit is rich in antioxidants and vitamins, making it a healthy addition to any diet. The Hylocereus genus and the undated species are where the Harpua dragon fruit comes from. The outside of the fruit is bright pink. The flesh has a nice white pulp that is only half sweet and tastes mildly like melon. Hawaiian red dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species Costa Rican. The type is known for its perfectly round fruit and firm red flesh with a nice tart flavor. The plant growth is immense and three-sided with medium spins. Hair-like spins on young tender growth tend to break off the plant when touched. Once the plant is mature, a white film protects it from extreme heat and cold. Another characteristic of this variety is the growth tends to curl and twist. Fruits weigh in at 1 pound to 1.25 pounds. As mentioned in our opening, fruits are perfectly round, and the fins tend to curl out more than other dragon fruit. The flesh is firm, pure red with lots of tiny crunchy seeds, and tastes like cherries. A mild sweetness is also present, representing an average brix rating of 16. Honduran moon torch is a very rare cactus from the genus Selenicereus and the species Hondurensis. It originated from Honduras and was first collected in the 1900s. The growth is round and spiny compared to other Selenicereus species. Stems are green and can have deep purple dots below each spine. The Honduran moon torch is very easy to grow from cuttings. Like many Selenicereus species, this variety is nocturnal blooming with blooms staying open till late morning that is typically fragrant. Flower buds start with lots of brown hair on them. Soon after, slender floral tubes open up to 8 wide. The flower is white and yellow with gold and bronze back petals when fully open. Fruits from the Honduran moon torch is unique, weighing about half a pound each. The exterior has light pink skin and lots of tiny fins. Houghton dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus and an unknown species. Houghton produces small quarter to half-pound oval-shaped fruit. The external appearance of the fruit is red with tiny deep green, almost brown fins. The inner flesh is a bright red purplish color with a semi-firm texture that is very sweet. The flowers are plentiful, fragrant, and self-fertile. Houghton is a robust grower with meaty stems that are olive green in color. Thick small spines occur along the rib line of each stem. Stems resemble typical Hylocereus cetaceous in size and shape. Houghton is a dragon fruit hybrid named after Arthur Duvernoix Houghton, or A.D. Houghton. Dr. Houghton was a medical doctor, a botanist specializing in cacti, a member of the Los Angeles, California, City Council from 1904 to 1906 and one of the founders of the American
The
Legion.
Japanese Godzilla, unofficial name Liangle, is a dragon fruit that we bought in Suriname. The owner told that it comes from the jungle. The branches are very robust and have a green-gray tint. The flowers have different pistils and stamens compared to other dragon's fruits. The plant is self-pollinating. The Japanese Godzilla dragon fruits are around 300 grams and have a more round shape. The outside is purple and the pulp is dark purple. The taste is between the taste of the natural mystic and the Suriname red, unofficial name. After harvesting, the Japanese Godzilla dragon fruits can be stored longer than the other dragon fruits in our collection. Brix reported at 18.
K1 dragon fruit variety comes from the genus Hylocereus and the species Undatus. The fruit is self-fertile and is usually self-pollinating. This variety is most known for its very large fruit that typically weighs over 1.5 pounds. This makes the fruit one of the largest of the white-fleshed varieties. It can be compared to the Vietnamese white variety in all aspects. The plant is fast-growing and very strong with minimal yellowing from the sun.
Growing dragon fruit, or pitaya, is rewarding. Here's a concise guide. Choose a variety. Select from Hylocereus undatus, white flesh, Castaricensis, red, or Megalanthus, yellow. Climate. Thrives in warm tropical areas. Needs 6-8 hours of sunlight daily. Soil. Use well-draining soil with a pH of 6-7. A mix of sand and compost works well. Planting. Grow from seeds or cuttings. Space plants 6-10 feet apart. Watering. Water regularly but allow soil to dry out between waterings. Fertilization. Feed monthly during the growing season with balanced fertilizer. Support. Provide a sturdy trellis for climbing. Pest management. Watch for pests like mealybugs. Use organic insecticides as needed. Harvesting. Fruit matures in 30-50 days. Harvest when skin is vibrant and slightly soft. Enjoy. Eat fresh, add to smoothies, or use in salads. With care, you'll enjoy a bountiful harvest.
Edgar's baby dragon fruit is a hybrid variety that comes from Hylocereus stenopterus and Hylocereus guatemalensis. This variety also has the species undatus in its gene. Edgar's baby is a seedling from the Asunta series from an Asunta 1, 2, 3 or 4 and Condor variety. The results are a white flower and green skin purple fleshed fruit. Fruits weigh in at 3/4 to 1 pound. The fruit's mature skin is green, making it difficult to determine when the fruit is ripe. However, leaving it alone will eventually show some red color bleeding through the skin, making it a perfect time to pick. We recommend taking note when the flower opens and harvests the fruit 50 to 65 days after blooming. Once ripe, the flesh has a juicy sweetness that is pink in color. Our second-year fruit was much better than year
There's
one.
nothing better in summer than fresh, juicy tropical fruit, especially if you've grown it yourself. This tropical thick-stemmed, creeping cactus has very triangular, fleshy green stems with large, bright pink flowers in summer followed by oval-shaped, bright red-skinned fruit studded with green scales. Jade red dragon fruit features sweet, juicy flesh which is bright magenta in color. The plant does require strong support. Ideal for the home gardener. Grows up to 600 grams. Without cross-pollination, the fruit size can be small to medium. With cross-pollination becomes a medium to large fruit of high commercial quality. Brix 19 to 21.